Lance was in my drawing and painting class last year, and he was one of the most wildly creative people that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. He was always really invested in whatever he was doing, so he was always in the back of the classroom scribbling, and then he'd come over to Martha, our teacher, and show her what he was working on, and he had like this huge grin on his face and was so proud of everything that he put out.
I met Lance in my freshman year at Drake. He was in Mobius, which was short-lived group, but he was always just such a positive person. I would always hear him just laughing in the room. He always made himself known with that, and in Comicad, I got to spend another amazing year with him, and he had such a huge impact on everyone in Comicad, such a positive and warm impact. Just the way that he made everyone around him feel just welcome, happy, laid back, and he made everyone feel like good to be themselves.
I remember with Lance, his laugh was really memorable. It always made me laugh and smile, and he was always just a positive guy.
You know, I didn't really know a lot of seniors at that time, and he was one person that when I met him, he was just so open and so happy and joyous that, you know, immediately I was just drawn to him and that personality.
Lance was always just the life of the party and always the most positive person in the room. There really aren't enough people out there that are like Lance in the way that he was so kind and loving and gentle, and he always made everyone feel welcome and accepted.
He became one of my best friends last year, and I wish I could have spent more time with him than I did. But I'm really glad of all the memories that we got to share together. We had some great times in art and Comicad and just outside of school in general. We really connected last year, and I'm really sad and sorry to see him go. But you know, I know he's doing better now.
I taught Lance for 2 years, and he never said anything negative, never complained, always had a smile on his face, and he lit up the room with his positive energy, and I will miss him deeply.
So I kind of knew them as Lancelot and Chancelot, and I knew them from my brother, who was a year above them. And then I got to know Lance a bit more in Comicad, and I don't know, he was always really nice. He never said anything bad about anybody. And he was really kind of chill too, like nothing really seemed to bother him that much. And he was just overall a great guy.
I was lucky enough to grow up with both Chance and Lance Argel, and both of them were always happy no matter what happened in their lives, and I'm really honored to have known them so well.
I knew them in elementary school, all three of them, and I remember that Chance Argel was the big Chance, and the other Chance was Little Chance, and he really didn't like being called Little Chance. And they were the big cool kids that we all wanted to be friends with because they had the coolest toys, and I'm just really sad I didn't really get to know them now. But they were really, really nice when I was little, and I bet they were really nice now.
The last time that I saw Lance was when a group of us went to go see the movie Finding Dory, and I sat next to him, and at the end he got really emotional and started tearing up, and he was about to cry, but he was like, "No, I'm tough, I'm not gonna cry, I'm fine." And I was like, "No, Lance, it's okay, like we're all crying, don't worry about it." And he was just really, even though he seemed to be really confident on the outside, he was just really such a sweetheart, and just really just a sensitive guy, and just with such a big heart, just who really loved everyone, just cared really deeply about people.
I remember last year some of my fondest memories were with Lance in Comicad, and we were supposed to be filming, but I rode his longboard through a tunnel of chairs we made, and it was the funniest thing I've ever done.
My mom always talked about Lance after she took his senior portrait because he showed up covered in scrapes and bruises after a skateboarding accident, but continued to take the photo because that's how kind and brave he was.
I remember when we all went to prom together and we went to Izzy Snow's house, which she wonderfully organized for all of Comic-Cat and friends. And I remember going to prom and being and dancing with Lance and having a really fun time. And I remember when the slow song came on, he looked at me and then asked if I wanted to dance. And the Sam Smith song came on, and instead of being like the rest of the couples there who were dancing romantically, we reenacted and sung to the top of our lungs the Sam Smith lyrics. And it was a fun time, and I'm always gonna treasure that moment.